What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Anna's Shenanigans. For today's episode, me, Dad, and Kevin went and rode some demo rides at our local Honda dealership. A lot of fun. Wasn't exactly sure what to expect. I was just told to show up at a certain time in boots, jeans, a long sleeve, a helmet, and gloves. That's all I was told. So it was a lot of fun. A few weeks before, Kevin had popped up and said, "Hey, Friday and Saturday, Honda's having demo rides. We should go." So we planned it, went for the Friday. We knew Saturday a lot of people would probably want to go since Saturday everyone usually has off work. So we decided to go Friday. And it was probably a good choice. There was people, but there wasn't a whole lot of people. Basically, you would just show up, sign your life away on the waivers, fill out a few things, and that was it. They basically just had a list of all the motorcycles and a certain amount of spots, and you just signed up for a slot at a time, and you're good to go. So we had showed up at about 1 o'clock, give or take, and signed in all the things and whatnot, and we had planned for a ride at 2 o'clock. When we were talking about it earlier in the week before, I had a plan. I decided I wanted to ride a Honda Rebel and something sportier because all I have ever ridden are the two Magnas. That's all I got. That's all I've ever ridden. So I was like, I'll ride the Rebel. But me and Dad had talked about it, and he was like, well, you know a cruiser bike. That's what you have. That's what you ride. You already know how it kind of feels, operates, etc. So he was like, start off with something sportier. And if we have time, availability, ride the Rebel. So that's what we did. So we had showed up. Kevin, we were looking at the bikes, and Kevin said, this is what you should ride. And so I said, okay, sign me up. So again, it wasn't really that busy that day. So at 2 o'clock, we all three had took out and rode bikes. Kevin had went out again at 3 o'clock, and then me and Dad had went back at 4 o'clock. So for our first ride, all three together, Kevin was on a Trans Alp, Dad was on a Africa Twin DCT, pretty sure, and I rode a CB 650R. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I am so sad I have no money. I'm a broke college kid. I enjoyed that bike. It was a lot of fun. It handled well. All the new gadgets and everything. It was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed that bike. It was definitely a little fun comparing between the Magnas, that's 90s model motorcycles, versus 2020s or newer, basically probably 2025, I'm pretty sure. It was a lot of fun. For example, on the Magnas, they're carbureted. You have to manually turn on the fuel, have to watch your fuel. You don't have a fuel gauge, a few other odd and ends. Where on the newer bikes, you have a fuel gauge, they're fuel injected, etc., etc. So it was definitely fun to look down and see a fuel gauge or something. I had fun with that. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that ride. We just went around the dealership for about 30 minutes. They had a little route planned, and had no problems. Didn't stall, didn't crash. The only strange part was it was an E-clutch, and I had never messed with the E-clutch, newer technology, didn't really know about it. And one of the gentlemen who was running the demo rides was like, yeah, basically you can just shift gears like you normally would, but without the clutch. And I didn't honestly mess with it that much. I used the clutch. It was just what I was comfortable with. I was a little nervous, really excited. So I just decided to stay within the comfort bubble and just go for it, not worry about it, just use the clutch like I normally would, and it worked out. Had no issues other than I accidentally popped it into neutral trying to get into the dealership, so I had to wait for just a second on some cars. But so I have a lot of footage from that ride, had to narrow it down to just kind of key points. So this is the first demo ride on a CB650R.
I got it.
to do. Good job. Oh, there it goes. I got it. I just want to wait on the cars.
You pulled the clutch in, didn't you?
I did. I accidentally put it in neutral.
Don't touch that clutch.
Yeah, I accidentally popped it into neutral. Oops. I know I'm leading the chaser. Yep.
Okay. Excuse me.
Huh.
What'd you think?
For the second ride, I had rode the Honda Rebel 1100 6-speed. Again, it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. What was funny though is after we got back from the first ride, Kevin immediately was like, I'm gonna go this way. And so he went and rode a DCT Africa Twin, what Dad had just got off of. And I was pretty satisfied with the first ride. So I was pretty content. Dad was like, you go sign up, you go sign up. I was like, no, it's fine, it's fine. And so we were hanging out just a second, and he said, well, let's look at 4 o'clock. And so we walk up to the little table they had set up, and there was basically nobody on the 4 o'clock ride. And Dad was like, if you'll ride the Rebel 1100 6-speed, I'll ride the Rebel 1100 DCT. So Dad convinced me, and I decided, he convinced me, and we both rode Rebel 1100s. A very fun bike. It has too much more power than I know what to do with. It was a lot of fun. Again, it was very cool to look at all the new different gadgets, all the modes. I didn't really mess with the modes. Again, I was just kind of staying within my comfort bubble. But it was really fun. Dad also enjoyed riding the Rebel 1100 DCT. He was like, this is very fun. His Goldwing. Dad is very used to the DCTs. Dad's Goldwing, 23, I do believe. I might be wrong. His 23 Goldwing is DCT. So he's very familiar with the DCTs. He has a lot of fun with it. He enjoys laughing at me and Kevin because we still have the clutch. A lot of fun. Again, did the same ride just around, around the dealership, all around kind of that area, and it was a lot of fun. Again, had no issues, didn't crash. That's always a bonus. Our group was a little smaller, and we actually lost our chaser who was following the group, because one of the gentlemen was on a bike and he decided he was not comfortable on it at all, and so they went back to the dealership, but he caught back up and it was fine. It was a lot of fun overall. I had a lot of fun at the demo ride. I didn't know what to expect going in, never been to a demo ride, hadn't ridden anything else other than the Magnas. So it was very fun to kind of see and all the different bikes, ride different bikes, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately for the Rebel ride, my GoPro died mid-ride, so there's not a whole lot of footage, but there is some, so that little segment's going to be a little smaller than the CV650, but it will be fine. So here's the Rebel 1100. Thank you for watching. It was very fun to go to the demo rides. Glad I was able to do it. I definitely recommend, if you are ever able to go to a demo ride of any sort, to go. So hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Hope you come back. So awkward with it. So awkward. So awkward.